Tell you what, I try and be real, and I try and just keep a lid on things and be non-reactionary and just give you what I think's going on. My head fell off with that today with the standard of refereeing. I was so close to just being done. Like, I can't watch this anymore. It's just downright corrupt. That's what I'm thinking. And now the game's ended. Obviously, United are through. I just feel like justice was served. I think United actually came to try and play football. We played it off the back foot for sure, but I felt like United were trying to play football. I've just got the draw on at the side of us here, so you guys obviously going to know by the time this is done who we got. I'm finding out live. I felt like the justice was done. United absolutely deserved to go through. Absolutely deserved to go through. The amount of neutral kind of football accounts who are like making memes about the referee and Arsenal should just tell you, like, everybody hates United. But meanwhile, United are drawn first here, at home, as usual. Liverpool, watch. 20. Who's that? Leicester. City will get a non-league team. Anyway, so, every single time United made a foul, it was a yellow card. And the annoyance with that is Arsenal's fouls weren't even getting called. There was one where Gabriel's dived as Garnacho's just ran into him. And he's not even ran into him. He's just, you think he's gonna hold him off. And he just jumped on the floor and you think, it's simulation. It is a dive. What are you doing? I mean, the fact that they get a penalty and are not booking Havertz for a dive is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. Bruno Fernandes getting booked by him losing his shit over him not being given a foul on the edge of the box. Like, I asked on Twitter, can you imagine Harry Maguire making that foul and United not conceding a free kick from it? You just can't imagine it. It only happens to United. It's breaking me, genuinely. It's genuinely breaking me. Like, it's really, really killing the game for me. And, even people are saying, this is a good advert for showing why VAR should be used. I'm not sure VAR overturns any of that wibble today. Because even VAR is not perfect, right? I think VAR gets most of the stuff it goes to look at correct. But I sometimes question the decision to take things to VAR and to not take things to VAR. Do you know what I mean? That's why I would be kind of in favour of like a challenge system. Because if you're certain, no, listen, he's fouled me, watch. And then you watch it back. Yeah, VAR, but then again, the burden of proof is going to be on, is it enough to overturn what the on-field decision was or whatever? And then there was just little minor things. But little minor things lead to major things. Because if you can't have, like with the offside rule, for example, you can't have this to the pixel zooming in on someone's pubes. Were they offside, were they onside? And then allow someone to take a throw in 20 yards further up the pitch like Timber did earlier in the game. What's going on? Right, that's enough of the referee wibble. Let's talk about the actual match. It was obviously a defensive performance. Harry Maguire, brilliant. De Ligt, brilliant. Mazraoui, brilliant. Ugarte, till he went off, brilliant. And Bayende, game of two halves. With the ball, basically just giving Arsenal the ball anytime he got it. Off the ball, the saves he was making. Jesus. Very David De Gea-esque kind of performance. So, pretty happy with how that's come off. Delighted for him to make the save from the penalty, having a big impact in how the game went. Can't ask for more than that. He certainly, I'm happy that he had more of an impact in the game in the end than the referee did, because it felt like the referee was trying to win this game for Arsenal. He was their best player. I didn't tweet it because I was scared to be honest with you. But I was thinking it. I was thinking, when Sterling's gone on, I'm thinking, they're probably not going to beat us now, because I think Sterling's such a poor player. Ultimately, that was correct. City haven't drawn anyone yet. They've got Leyton Orient, Doncaster, Stoke, Cardiff, Palace. Literally, they're going to get one of them, aren't they? Because that's who Manchester City get. Leyton Orient or Derby. Here we go. This is City. Yeah, there you go. City. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Ridiculous. Meanwhile, United get Premier League opposition yet again. It feels like It feels like this is just the way it goes for us all the time, innit? But do you know what? Let's give the manager some props, because we played off the back foot. We played off the back foot because, you know, we've not got lads that are in form at the moment. I just don't know when Højlund's going to put in a performance that you think he's going to put it on an opposition. I just don't know when he's going to do that. But defensively, we look solid. We look like we're like, go on then, break us down. And that's a good spot for us to be, because you can compete when you can defend, and we can defend. You know, and we forced Arsenal. I mean, it's, you know, Arsenal are not the free-scoring team that the media will have you believe that they are. They're just not, right? They are time wasters. They are a tribute act to Big Sam's Bolton. That's what they are. You know, they rely on set plays. They have big units across the back four, up front. They're just, you know, they are literally a 2025 version of, and you know, they rely on set plays and trickery and that at corners. It's literally what Big Sam did with Bolton, and it wins as much, right? That's just who they are. They are the modern iteration of a Big Sam team. Big Sam probably loves watching Arsenal. I bet he's like pointing out all sorts of mad little shithousery that they do and be like, oh, I like that. I'd have done that. But we limited them to just crossing. We limited them to just sticking sort of hopeful, speculative balls into the box, and it suited us. It suited De Ligt. It suited Maguire. You know, I haven't had a look at the stats yet from the game, but I would imagine that they were just aerial duel-winning machines, the pair of them. Just winning anything that came into the box, and it suited how we wanted to defend in that instance. Well, there we go. We're through. Manager's got to feel good about that. Got to feel good about how hard this United team are to break down. I think it's going to require signings. I don't know when and where they're coming from. I think it's going to require signings for us to start being able to score some goals. Probably needs Ahmad to be playing in that right wing back spot. But that means we've got to find people who can play in the 10 spot. Garnacho did well today. It looks like someone's got a grip of him and is improving his decision making. His decision making was not awful today. It was pretty good in parts, and there wasn't any obvious moments where I'm like, this fucking idiot. Which I've had loads of in the past with him, where he's just made like unfathomable decisions. Clearly someone's working with him and is improving on that aspect of him. That's good to see. I don't know if I disagree with the man of the match being Bayende. You know, you could maybe go with De Ligt or Maguire, potentially. Dolo. I don't think it's a second yellow. I'm not even sure that the first one is a yellow card. He's got his eyes on the ball the entire time. Arsenal player, I'm not sure who it was, comes around the outside of him as he's about to dive in for the ball and he catches him. Is that really a foul? He's impeded him, yes, but is it a yellow card? And then the second one where he makes no contact with him whatsoever, is that a yellow card? You know, you can say, yes, it was a foul, but is it a yellow card? Especially when you look at some of the stuff Arsenal were doing. I mean, I'm getting told that United were elbowing people. Just no, at all, actually. You know, no. It just was certainly not an elbow in any stretch of anyone's imagination. The one with Højlund, if you actually called the foul with the seatbelt shit that Saliba's doing, which is a fucking foul, earlier, it doesn't get to the point where he makes contact with his head, with his arm. Making contact with his head, with your arm, when you're all over him in the manner that you are, is not an elbow and isn't necessarily a foul as a referee allowed to play on. But, like, again, if Maguire does that to Jesus on our halfway line as they're attacking, is there any way that isn't a foul? Not having it. United get treated differently and Arsenal get treated differently. But we're through. They're out. Worst fan base in the world. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke, could it? See you in the next one. Bye-bye.